Hello, everybody. Coming to you from Montreal with a very beautiful new setup. Beautiful and new. We have a new mic right here. You can't see it. It's a very cheap mic, but it does the job, I think. We have new key lights or streaming key lights. And we have a little nice boom arm that's low profile that's holding this mic. And in a few days, I'll get my monitor headphones so that you gotta complete that look of a streamer. But yesterday, I was watching a TV show. It's called Mom, this TV series, and randomly was reading things about this lady, her profile, her background, because I was like, man, I've never seen her act in a comedy before, sitcom. So it's my first time actually seeing her in a sitcom, and apparently this is an old sitcom, so tells you how knowledgeable am I about like particularly old sitcoms. And I discovered that she went to this school called the Hotchkiss School, which is a private college preparatory day and boarding school in Connecticut. And I realized that this school is a pretty fancy school when I saw this. You got to pay $71,170 to be a boarding student and $60,000 per year if you're just a regular day student. I think that's what they call them. And apparently they're part of this organization that's called the 8 Schools Associations. Because I was like, man, this is expensive for a boarding school. And then what do I see? I see in this list of the 8 school associations, which apparently is a group of large private boarding schools in the northeast of the United States, I see 2 names that I do recognize. I see Phillips Academy and Phillips Exeter Academy, which are both like very, very famous high school or boarding schools. I think Mark Zuckerberg and a bunch of others, I think, went either to this one or this one. Bill Gates, I believe, as well. Or maybe I'm not correct here, but like a lot of famous folks went to these boarding schools. And I, of course, saw like their net, which is like, I think what their endowments are, which are huge. And man, I was like, this is insane. Like, let me just go back to Hotchkiss School. When I went to their website, it's taking it to load. I just looked at the set. First of all, I just looked at the set and I was like, holy fuck, people actually study here. This is like top tier campus. Okay, we can ignore it. Like, this is a top tier college campus in the United States and beats any college campus or most college campuses anywhere in the world with like very, very few. And what surprises me the most always about these places, it's not so much, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not so much the academics. Like, place where we've very, very intense curriculums, so much the academics that always impress me about these places. I mean, have some kind of, I don't know, unique subjects that they study and all. It's the facilities that these schools have. Because, man, I can tell you that when I was growing up in Morocco, there was no school in the whole country. And I bet if you were to look from Morocco all the way to Saudi Arabia, going all even into Pakistan and India, I don't think you can find schools like this. In fact, I don't think you can find schools like this anywhere in the world. Even if you look at like very prestigious European baccalaureate schools in Switzerland and yeah, mostly in Switzerland, you'll not have the kind of facilities that these people over here have. This is like next level shit. Let's begin because this is where it gets interesting, okay? Our school, okay? How the hell did I actually like figure things out? I think maybe we should start first of all with the athletics because I think this is where the first thing that stands out is these places have incredible training facilities. They have stadiums, they have tennis courts, Olympic-sized swimming pools, all kinds of crazy things. Okay, so let's just go here and oh my God, where are the facilities? I want to find these places facility. Okay, where are they? Oh yeah, there we go. Let's just gonna check the facilities here. Okay, I mean this is photos. Okay, this is a gym. Okay, you can say, oh, you know what? In Europe, you'll find places with gymnasiums like this. There's probably public schools in the U.S. who have gymnasiums like this. Okay, this is their gym. Okay, and this is athletic center where I suppose a bunch of these facilities are hosted. This seems to me like it is the same thing as this, so it's probably the basically the basketball multi-purpose courts. Okay, that's okay. You have a little 2-lane track that overlooks the basketball and volleyball courts. In Quebec, in all of Quebec, I believe the only place that has something like this out of the universities, not the schools, I think is McGill. I could be wrong, but they have courts for squash. Okay. 8 international schools for squash, courts for squash. That's a huge ass, basically like parking. Look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tennis courts, just right here. That is okay. They have an ice skating rink for hockey. Whoa, I stand corrected. Ice hockey rinks. Okay, one is NHL and the other is Olympic size. I didn't even know that the sizes were different between the Olympics and the NHL. There we go. They have a 10-lane pool with separate dive-in well. I don't think this is Olympic swimming size. I think it's a 25 meters swimming pool. Okay. It doesn't end. They have this huge soccer field where I believe they also play American football. Okay. And they have baseball field, softball, baseball. Look at this. This is insane. But this is the craziest part. They have a fucking golf course. This school, this high school has a golf course. There are holes in the world with millions and millions of people living that do not have a golf course. This is a high school that has a golf course. Now I don't know how many holes that this course have, but okay, let's just learn more about this golf course because I don't know if it's 9 or 18 or wow, this is insane. And a golf course that overlooks a lake. Okay, my God, this is insane. And it's a 9-hole golf course. So it's not an 18-hole. It's a 9-hole golf course. Okay, so they have a golf course. There are some universities in the United States that do not have a golf course. Okay, then they have this beautiful view to the lake. And it turns out actually they own the lake is part of their property. That was what surprised me. So Lake Woononskoopokmak or however it's pronounced, and I'm certainly butchering the name. But they actually, this lake is actually on the property of the high school. And it's basically used for sailing and I think rowing. Bro, this is crazy, yo. I don't think people this is extremely, these can play, it's you can go to Switzerland, I bet you the best, most expensive high school in Switzerland, which is designed basically to attract kids of wealthy people all around the world, does not have these facilities. You cannot, the reality, you can't compete with the Americans when it comes down to facilities in their high schools and arguably in their universities too. But look at this. This is insane. I mean, it's just wild that this is something that they have. I'm kind of curious. Oh, sorry. I counted the number of tennis courts wrong. They actually have 15. 15 outdoor tennis courts. And it looks like it wasn't showing up on the photos, but they have Centennial Field, which is a soccer and lacrosse field. 6 lanes running. I don't know what the field house is for, but they have 2 paddle tennis courts. Have a climbing wall. Well, so the sprawl, which we saw earlier, they also happen to have a baseball stadium for soccer as well, and soccer. I mean, this is crazy. Field, Lake Woononskoop. Look at this facility. I mean, holy fuck. 3 extensive hiking trails on 827 acres, and a 7-mile loop that connects to school's scenic natural area. So they also have hiking trails, literally hiking trails inside of the place. I mean, that is insane. And how many teams, sports teams that they have? My high school, none of this shit. I'll show you where I went to high school. It is not comparable to at all. This is my high school. First of all, look at these colors. Look at how small it is. Okay? This is how tiny it is. We didn't even have ACs. You know how hot it gets where I'm from? It gets sometimes up to 50 degrees Celsius in the summer. We did not have ACs, believe it or not. We did not. It should be illegal, but, and in fact, the high schools and schools in Morocco, particularly if you go to the public sector, I at least went to a private school, but if you go to the public sector, there is no ACs. Okay. There is no ACs. Is there a soccer field here? A grass soccer field? No. Is there a tennis court? No. There's none of that stuff. Oh my God. I mean, look at this. You keep looking. It's just all okay. Now, I hope if you go to the website, we can. And by the way, look at this. It's just in the middle of a desert. Look at this. There's no gear. Do you think we'll have hiking trails here? No. It's a freaking school next to freaking. That's the natural landscapes that you have around you. A highway, a gas station, a hotel, and another hotel. And this is how tiny this was my high school. This is this tiny little piece of land. This is it. And do we have here any sort of I'm just kind of if we find of our quote unquote it was It was like we had this one big place where it's just a multi-purpose field where we played soccer, and if you fell, you'd probably break a leg because it's just freaking like concrete. And you played basketball and you played a bunch of things there. Now, yeah, it was indoors and it was like in a ground floor, but man, I want to like just kind of see if I could. Sad. We don't have. If you see this in French, because it's like, yeah, you study in French, but well, I'm unable to this. And by the way, things have improved since I left in terms of at least activities at school. But look at this. There's nothing here. Okay, but of course, I'm comparing one of the best schools in high schools in the United States to people argue that our school was the best in Marrakesh, and our school has produced people who've been able to be very competitive in admissions to at least the French schools. We haven't been, not as much to the U.S. It's changing, but it is quite impressive what these people have. Now, back to what they have in terms of teams, sports teams. Look at this. They have, okay, track and field, which is normal, field hockey, similar to lacrosse. I feel like football, okay, it's the US. They have a biking team. Okay, that's okay. And then in spring, they have baseball, golf, okay, rowing, okay, tennis, sailing, lacrosse, ultimate fine, squash, swimming, wrestling. The thing is, they take these things seriously. We had like 2 hours of sports every week. It could like easily bail out of, and all we did was like do a bunch of runs around the concrete field that I was telling you about, and then the instructor would just throw a ball of like a volleyball or a soccer ball and tell you, okay, you guys go ahead, play the ball. That was our sports. But look at these people. It's extremely organized. They have their own jerseys. They have their own clothes. They probably compete with other schools. We didn't have none of that stuff. Um, what is this? So these are, I suppose, the things. I don't know. I'm not always familiar. Sometimes I always like when I cross these like terms of American high schools. I'm not always familiar with what they mean, but they have a sports medicine. They have a sports medicine department, strength and conditioning department. Look at this gym. You think that's an NFL team? Like seriously, this probably beats a lot of professional sports teams gyms, at least outside of the U.S. But look at this incredible I mean, look at this is insane, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this is just in terms of like facilities when it comes down to like, their athletics and stuff. I'm sure I remember they have even more impressive things. Okay, our school. So I think they have incredible. Okay, there you go. They have a okay. Um, campus services and support. Um, I do think that have a oh, there we go. This is what I was looking for. They have a, believe it or not, an incredible library. You will see. And let's just go to the technology and innovation side because you'll be impressed by what they have. At least if you're like, okay, so here we go. They have a farm, okay? This place has a farm, okay? I don't know a lot of have farms, but this place apparently has a farm. 260 acres farm, okay? And it's supposed to teach kids and stuff, okay, and connect them with, to table type of. Look at it. This is insane. Like I didn't, like the farm is the farm of my grandmother. That's the only farm I've been to. I didn't have a farm next to. I saw where my high school was, but look at this incredible. They had pigs. My God, the Grange. They have performances at piano. Oh my God, look at this. Imagine growing up going to a high school like this. I used to be afraid of my teachers and principals. Like they were a bit, like, although by the standards, they're not the worst. But still, look at these people. Like they're in a farm in green, blue skies, clean air, a beautiful, beautiful, what looks like a barn or modern chalet in front of them, and there's a piano, which probably is a Steinway or whatever they call them, that costs like $100,000, and it's like classical music playing. Probably one of them is playing it because they're all good at everything that they do, and they're chilling. Oh, how can you not have? Can you not have like, oh, life is great. The world is a beautiful place. I can study whatever I want when I go to Yale or Harvard. Yeah, I can study. I can study humanities as a major, like do humanities as a. I can music. Why not? I can study dance. Because look how beautiful things are. My God, that's insane. Dining services. Okay. Well, they even have laundry and dry cleaning. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, there we go. Look at this. Edsel Ford Memorial Library. Wow. How many books do they have in this library? This library is probably bigger than the library that I have in my city. Like I bet. Did you actually like one of the other schools, Phillips Exeter, has the largest library of any school anywhere in the world. That is how impressive it is. Like, look at this. Like, if you looked at the Federal Library, you would think you're in a world class library. I mean, look at this. This is the of a high school. Okay, this is the library of a high school. Okay, this is what like imagine. Look at this. Look at how big it is from the outside. This is insane. There are universities like world class universities that do not have libraries like this. It's insane. This is impressive. And look at the architecture. They probably spent like millions and millions of dollars to build this. Look at us. You know where is our library? It's right. Yeah. Okay, they have. Oh my god, it's not. We're not. You think we're done? No, we're not. Here's what's impressive. They have a fucking observatory. Okay, with a freaking big ass telescope. Look at this. I mean, this is insane. They have a like an observatory with a in their in their facility. I mean, like that you need for like this. They're typically very high end telescopes, so they cost $100,000, $200,000. I've never seen a telescope, by the way. Like, my God, this is impressive. This is insane. And look at this. Look at what they have. This is the Catherine Elfers Hall right here. Dude, this is insane. You think that this is the New York Philharmonic Orchestra would have a facility like this? No, it's not. It's just, the I don't know, where of course they invite people from other parts of the world to perform. It's not just for the students, but students perform here. Like imagine like this is where high school performances. If you're like a pianist, or if you're in the, or if you're like I suppose this is not for theater. Look at their dormitory. Look at their dorms. Wow, incredible stuff. Wow, it's insane. And if I remember, I think they also have a they have like a yeah, they have a studio for like, yeah, for arts. What Eastman? My God, that Esther Eastman Music Center. I mean, that is Catherine M. Look at this. This is the library. They have a science building, ceramics studio, math class, yeah, all the Walker Auditorium. My God, Walker Auditorium. Look at that. This is the kind of like this is the auditorium. Like, if you're performing some world class this stuff. Oh my God! Wow, the Walker Auditorium. That is insane. Look at how it looks. Holy fuck! Yeah, this is the auditorium of a freaking school in the United States. One of the most prestigious ones, but still, there are cities in the world that don't have these kind of facilities. This is comparable to the auditorium that I have in Place des Arts here in Montreal, which is one of the finest auditoriums in all of Quebec, if not in all of Canada. That's what we're talking about. Not okay. So some sort of architecture. Oh, cabins in the Larson perimeter. Wow. Ooh, look at this boathouse. My God. Yeah, in the lake that the school owns. Okay, they have a cemetery. Okay. They have the Hotchkiss Chapel. Ooh, look at this. Wow. My God. Jesus. Okay, sort of gate. The biomass facility. What is this? Interesting. I didn't. Hotchkiss. Biomass. Wow. What the fuck is this thing? Oh, it's for heating. Damn. My God. What is this? Man, I'm jealous of these people, by the way. Like, I went to university. I lived in countries. I've traveled so many places, but I'm like, how, like, I would love to be in. I know some people say these places are extremely, extremely stressful because you're in this, you're surrounded by type A people. You're all competing. You want to be like the best of the best. You want to go to top universities. You want to go to the Ivy Leagues and the Stanfords and the MITs of the world. You're like, I am destined for greatness. Holy fuck. I mean, look at just being this kind of beauty, like natural beauty. That alone is just kind of must be extremely soothing. Mike, sure they have a gallery, like because they have art students. So the gallery, like how can they not have? Oh, there you go, the Termain Art Gallery. Oh my God, oh my God, yes sir. How is it like they of course they have to have an art gallery where their students taking art class are able to display the incredible work that they produce. Wow. I mean, let's just kind of Esther Eastman Music. Or ooh, look at this. My God. Wow. Incredible stuff, yo. I'm telling you. Um, wow. Wow. Oh, okay. So that hole that we saw earlier is actually in this center. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I guess $70,000 or $60,000 per year can get you. Supposedly, they do give scholarships and financial aid, you know, but it's a Hotchkiss. Is this the? Oh yeah, that's the lake. Look at how big this is. Holy fuck! My God! Wow, that's insane. Look at so this whole thing is actually theirs. Quarry Hill Farm, Squash. So that's them, and that was me. That's me. That's them. See, kids, and you're expected to compete.